SimTheWorld here. We are back with our Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 series. Let's jump into the next story order. So we have a returned customer. Let's see what he has to say. Hey, I got some cold hard cash from my sponsors, and that means I can finally make some much needed changes and repairs. Repaint my car. I've always heard that red cars are always faster. Next, check the wheels and tires and see if there's anything else that might need any attention. I'm noticing some grinding when I shift gears and when I accelerate. Just fix whatever you find is wrong. And things that are wrong, there are to find. Let's jump in and take a look at the engine bay. So the first thing I noticed when I opened the hood of the car was the engine block needs replaced. This does mean we're going to need to pull the engine. I need to pull everything off so we can replace that. And in fact, I ran some of the tests. We need to replace the crankshaft too. There's a rod cap there, so we're going to have to take those off the pistons. The pistons and rings look like they're fine, so I guess that's a plus, but we do need to take everything out. It does look like there's a few transmission issues he mentioned in the description, so we'll take off the gearbox and take a look at that. But we'll get going and see what else we can find. It's not a long list compared to what we've done in the past, so let's see what needs taken care of. So the first thing I want to do is, I think I want to pull out anything that's bad here. I'm not too worried about ripping out everything out of the engine quite yet. I want to make sure we can get the transmission off. So that starts with the starter. Let me track that down here. Once the starter's off, I'll be able to lift this up the rest of the way and get it out. We'll also have to drain the oil since we're going to be taking the engine apart. We got the engine stand there. Let's get the oil pan underneath. And get that drained. Okay, so with that taken care of, I think as we go, I want to start taking things and replacing as we find that they're bad. Because there's not too much. Everything looks alright. Yeah, the wheel hub bearing needed replaced, but it's like this outer tie rod is no good. But otherwise, it looks like we're mostly focused on the engine, which is kind of nice. A lot of our jobs recently, well, they've been engine jobs. They've also been, you know, fix everything. There's a lot of suspension issues. There's a lot of engine issues. There's a lot of just issues in general. And as much fun as that is sometimes it's nice just to tackle one thing at a time. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot we need to take the turbo off. So let me do that real quick. Come here. Yeah, it is. I wish we could have reached those bolts from underneath. That's kind of a little bit of a pain. Of course, everything's coming out of this car, so might as well start ripping things out while we can. Making some space to pull the engine. Yeah, we gotta replace the block. I wonder if we'll be able to repair it. That would be kind of nice. That would save us some money. Maybe I'll try to do that, repair what we can. Of course, since it's a story order job, everything needs to be repaired to 100%, so there is always that, and there's a good chance we'll break things along the way. That's okay. That's how you save some money. And saving money means I can spend it on my own cars down the road. That's typically how we're doing the full restoration series. Of course, I've been doing it in another garage so far. But eventually we'll move that series over to this garage as well, and those will be cars we build up for our own collection. But again, yeah, we haven't even hit $1 million in this garage. We need an influx of cash to make sure we can afford all those restorations If you guys have ideas for cars that you want to see featured in that, please let me know down in the comments below. I know it is something we're going to have to look at fairly soon, because as for the story orders in this game, those are going to be coming to an end pretty quickly here. I think this is story order number 38. And if I recall, there's 44 that I'm aware of. So we're moving up. We should have about 6 more episodes, but then again, we'll see. Maybe they've added more since. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe you guys will be too. I'm already this far. I might just finish this off in the engine bay. Yeah, the rod caps need replaced. Looks like the crankshaft bearings too. It looks like some of these things we'll be able to repair. That might be what I do to switch things up. I don't want to just keep doing the same thing. Let's take all these parts that we pull off and take them to the repair bench and see what can't be, repaired and save us the trouble. Alright, we're at the repair bench. It looks like we can repair some of these. Let's, okay, it's not that many. Not as many as I was hoping. Yeah, that's all to 100%. Everything else here looks like it's his own parts. Things that we don't actually need to repair. Not as many as I was hoping. I see on this side was pretty rusty here. I want to take a look here and make sure. Yeah, this front wheel hub needs replaced. Doesn't look like the other side needs it. I think I have 2 though, so we'll check the other side just to be on the safe side. And we got to get this engine back together. Get everything ready to roll. So I'm going to go through and take care of that pretty quickly. You guys have seen this done. Oop, no, I didn't want to raise that quite yet. We need the engine block in first. But yeah, we'll do a time lapse and you can see the whole thing take shape. I'm finishing up just putting the oil back in this car. I think we've replaced everything that needs replaced. Only thing left to do is give it a fresh coat of paint. Let's take a look here and make sure all the parts are marked off. And I'll go through a little bit slow for this. That way if you're doing this job and missing anything, you can take a look through this parts list too. Kind of compare and see if you got everything that's marked. There aren't too many parts with this. It seems like some of the brake module, a lot of the engine components, and some of the accessories, and then really just the front drive shaft and gearbox. Other than that, you don't have to go searching too much for this. It is a simpler job. I do enjoy that. A lot of fun just trying to, plus in the description, they do a good job of, letting you know what is exactly wrong. This isn't red at all. It wants us to set it to factory color, but I thought the guy said he wanted red. Yeah. Yeah, that must be a typo or something in the game. Always heard that red cars are always faster. This is not red, but we are finishing this up. So thanks for tuning in. Be sure to let me know any ideas for cars going forward. Oh, I missed some work. This car ain't going nowhere without some spark plugs, am I right? That's a quick fix though. We can do that in the paint shop. I'm sure that is highly encouraged by most paint enthusiasts. That's sarcasm if you guys didn't pick up. But, okay, so now we're taken care of. Now this car should be good to go. It's super fast, it's not red, but it's super fast out the door. So with that, thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch, as I'll occasionally stream live. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.